are you guys doing today? Good. From today, we'll start with arithmetic. So UPSC has given a syllabus which we saw yesterday. It is very indicative. So they're saying basic numeracy, and in bracket they have written numbers and their relations, orders of magnitude, etc. And they are saying class 10th level. That is all they have given. And there are some other informations like they expect us to be proficient in data interpretation with regards to charts, graphs, tables, and data sufficiency, and again class 10 level, out of which only data sufficiency questions are getting asked for last 2-3 years. Rest of the questions are not getting asked. They used to get asked earlier, but again they might get asked again, 1 or 2 questions here and there. It is not impossible, but for now it seems that they will stay with data sufficiency. Data sufficiency will deal separately as well. Today we'll see some questions as and when we go. As and when we go, we'll deal with data sufficiency question here and there. But as a chapter, data sufficiency we'll deal with it later. In this particular chapter, like arithmetic, I have divided it into 2 parts. Firstly, we'll discuss initial few chapters which are easier, and there are few topics which are slightly tougher. So that we'll do sometime later, because by that time you will be also comfortable with other sections as well, so that you will be comfortable with that section. Sections like remainders, division algorithm, and there are some series, popular series, popular equations. Some questions like that we'll do. Yes, has it not been uploaded yet? Booklet number 2, arithmetic. Arey yaar. I'll just get it uploaded. Wait a minute. Wait. Sorry for the delay, guys. There was some miscommunication. Booklet has not been uploaded, but it will get uploaded in few minutes. But let's start from basics. So we are starting with first section, that is our number system. You will get booklet in some time. No need to write everything down. You will get this. First is number system. So basically, what is mathematics? That's where everything begins. Mathematics is about finding patterns. It's like humans have natural tendency to look for patterns in the nature. It is our natural tendency, and every human that has lived, every sapient that has lived, has tried to do that in his or her own capacity. So we try to find those patterns, and mathematics is about not only identifying those patterns but representing those patterns in a language. And if there is no such language, we invent a language. One such language is our arithmetic. We represent numbers using different symbols. One such language is algebra, when we write equations. One such language is geometry, where we represent shapes. Another languages, there are multiple languages. One is calculus. Newton, practically on a dare, invented calculus. He needed calculus for his theory of gravity, to work on his theory of gravity. So he invented calculus, a new language, because he wanted to represent something which was abstract into language. That is what mathematics is. And this year there was essay. Have you seen this year's essay paper? Mathematics is music of reason, right? So what is music? Music is also kind of language, kind of representation. Mathematics is also kind of language. So it was about, but what is mathematics? It is music of reason. So it is about human rationality and how the human rationality translates into mathematics. That was what essay was revolving about. It was a very good essay. So whatever we are speaking in class, discussing in class, might be relevant for your essay as well. We never know. So anyway, so how it might have begun? We have earlier humans were nomadic pastorals, herders. We know Vedic people were pastoralists. There was question on Vedic people as well this year in GS1. So Vedic people were pastoralists. So they needed to count their animals. And animals were discrete quantities. There is one animal, there is two animals, there is not a half animal, 3 animals, 4 animals, 5 animals. So it is what comes naturally in terms of counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? These are what we call as natural numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. This is what we call as natural numbers. These terminologies are important because questions often use these terminologies. Like we saw yesterday, there are questions which use these terminologies. So you should be clear about what do we mean by natural numbers. Whenever question says natural number, they mean this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. That is what natural number is. Something which comes naturally, something which is considered as naturally when we count. But it was found that this was not adequate to solve all kinds of equations. For example, x plus 1 is equal to 1. We don't have a solution for this kind of equation in this number system. Nothing precedes 1 in this kind of number system. So it was considered inadequate. So we add 0 to it. And we call it whole number. In a sense that the system becomes whole now with addition of 0. And Indian mathematicians are credited with invention of 0 or discovery of 0? Huh? Discovery or invention? What can we say? Neither. It was not that 0 was not known before Indians. There have been ample evidences that 0 was of course known. The concept of nothingness was there in earlier format as well. But in various inscriptions, we see that whenever they want to write 0, they just leave a blank space. So if they want to write 120, 102, let us say they want to write this number 1202. So they would write this and this. They would leave blank space. It was understood that this is a blank space means 0. Yes, please. नहीं है जब भी आएगा इमीडिएटली आप प्रिंट करवा दीजिए। या तो अभिषेक सर को पूछ लो, उनके पास भी होगी। So here 0 was known earlier, that is what we have. But what is credit of Indian mathematicians like Aryabhatta, Brahmagupta was they used 0 as number in its own right. Earlier 0 was just a placeholder. They didn't know how to operate with zeros. Was 0 a number? Was 0 not a number? What to do with 0? But Brahmagupta, 7th century Indian mathematician, he gives concrete examples, concrete rules of dealing with 0. This is not part of the course, this is just a background story, and this was something which could have been used in this year's essay as well. So just listen, whatever you can retain, otherwise we'll come to what we want to discuss. But you should know it anyways, because these kinds of questions can get asked in your GS papers as well, GS3. Discuss contribution of Indian mathematics, astronomy, and something like that. That kind of question can get asked in history as well as science tech somewhere. We don't know. So we should know at least basic things about what was the contribution of Indian mathematicians, then medicine, astronomy, metallurgy, what else? Chemistry, medicine, Ayurveda is medicine. Charak, Sushrut, Vagbhat, these are the Indian doctors of those times who wrote treatises on medicine. Anyway, you should at least enlist 8 to 10 such books, name of the books, name of the authors who have contributed, and what was their contribution in 1 or 2 lines. That should be enough to solve even 15 marker. Coming back to Indian mathematics, so yes, 0. So he gave rules like 0 plus 1 is equal to 1, or 0 plus 0 is equal to 0. 0 into any number 1 is equal to 0. He gave rules like this to operate with zeros. So he treated 0 as a number so that we can use that number in a number system, in a decimal number system, and write calculate very simply big numbers. It actually democratized mathematics in a way that now it was very easy for anyone to understand. Earlier, only those who can memorize all those numbers, who can deal with all those abstract calculation could deal with it. But now, even we here can add these two numbers, 101 plus 123. We can add, right? How can we add? Because we know how to deal with 0. This is due to Indian mathematician Brahmagupta. In his Brahmasputra Siddhanta, it is his book, he gives all those rules. Anyway, moving ahead, but soon it was realized that this system was also not adequate. For example, equation like x minus 4 is equal to x plus 4 is equal to 0. This kind of equation does not have any solution in this. So this system was further extended to include negative numbers. And this system we call integers. So it goes to minus infinity on that side, then minus 2, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0 in the middle, and then 1, 2, 3, and it extends on this side. These are called integers. Mathematicians, Indian mathematicians called it dhana and runa. Runa is negative, dhana is positive. They thought of it in terms of credit and debit, something like that. So what you give me and what I owe you. In those terms, they thought of these negative and positive numbers. These are called integers. Terminologies are important. These are natural numbers, whole numbers, and integers. So we have this number line on which we take 0 in the middle and just draw 1, 2, 3 as discrete points on the right side, and at the same distances we take negatives of this 1, 2, 3 and represent it by this -1, -2, -3, and it goes indefinitely on both sides. Okay, but what happens in between these two, 0 and 1? Is there something there? That was the question. Then the integers were further extended to include rational numbers or fractions. What are rational numbers? Numbers of the form p by q, where p and q both are integers, like 1 by 2, 3 by 2, 7 by 9. These are not integers, or -2 by 3. These are not integers, but these are rational numbers. They can be represented as a ratio of two integers. This is what we call as rational numbers. Again, these terminologies are important. You need to remember the terminologies and what do they mean. If the question says p is a rational number, you need to know what do we mean by rational number. The rational number is something of this form, where p and q are any integers. They could be positive integers or negative integers. Only rule is q is not 0. Denominator cannot be 0. Okay, that is the rule for rational numbers. But again, there were gaps in this as well. Here we don't have solution for this kind of equation, x square is equal to 2. So we extend it further to include irrational numbers, numbers which are not rational but irrational. So these are numbers like, most famous irrational number is pi, right? All of you must have heard about pi. Area of circle is pi r square, right? Circumference of circle is 2 pi r. So what is this pi? This pi is an irrational number. Sometimes we approximate it by 22 by 7 or 3.1415 and so on. This is an irrational number. We cannot represent it as a ratio. This is an approximation of pi. That is not an exact value of pi. Or here solution would be square root of 2. It is also an irrational number. So far they have not ventured into irrational numbers, but in one question they have mentioned about real numbers. So that is why, and real numbers include both rational and irrational numbers. So in our number line we have 0, 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3, which extend indefinitely on both the sides, and in between there are rational and irrational numbers. There are infinitely many rational numbers, there are infinitely many irrational numbers in between any two integers. Okay, clear so far? No issues? कैसा मतलब? In between, everywhere there will be rational numbers and irrational numbers. Between any two rational numbers there would be infinitely many irrational numbers. Between any two irrational numbers there would be infinitely many rational numbers. Root 2 is like something like 1.14 dot dot dot. It will be somewhere here. It will come somewhere in this, on this line. This is called real line, real number line. Real number line. Real numbers include both rational and irrational numbers. And symbol that we use for these numbers is, for natural number we use n. For integers we use z. This is just custom. It comes from Latin languages. There would be some Latin names for this. So that is from that convention it is coming. Then for rational numbers we use q, and for real numbers we use r. Because there are holes in real number system as well, we extend it further to complex number system, but that is beyond scope of our syllabus. We don't need to worry about it. It is fine. Those are complex numbers. We don't need to worry about that. That is beyond scope of our course. Nahin. For that we have to draw complex plane. So this is a real number line, and this is another axis, and here these numbers are represented. We firstly define I, this letter I as root of -1, and every number here would be something like 2 plus I, or here 3 plus 2I, and something like that. Don't worry about it, it is not relevant, because he asked, I had to answer. Terminologies are clear. What are natural numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4. What are whole numbers? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. What are integers? Minus and plus. Then what are fractions or rational numbers? P by Q type of numbers, where P and Q are any integers but Q is non-zero. And then irrational numbers are those numbers which are not rational but real. So on real number lines, for irrational numbers, there will be just one short para in your booklet. You will get it in some time. Just to get familiarized with what are irrational numbers and what are some popular irrational numbers. We don't need to go beyond that. Not needed. Coming back to integers, you can see that there are these integers 1, 3, 5, 7 and so on. Here there are -1, -3 and so on. And here there are 2, 4, 0, -2, -4. Whatever integers that are divisible by 2 are called even numbers, and integers which are not divisible by 1, not divisible by 2 are called odd numbers. 0 is an odd number, 0 is an even number, 1 is odd number, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, these are even numbers, -2, -4, -6, -8 are odd numbers. These are also even numbers, but 1, 3, 5, 7, these would be odd numbers. And there was a question on this. Let me find it. I'll write it down. This came in CSE 2020. They gave this particular sequence. Is it visible? 3, 9, 8. They gave this sequence, and the question was, how many odd numbers are followed by odd number in above sequence? How many odd numbers are followed by odd numbers in above sequence? Simple. That was the only thing that you need to tell. Simply how to count. Count. Odd number, we have to just look for odd number and it should be followed by odd number. Odd number followed by odd number? Yes, 1. Then odd number but followed by even number? No. Odd number followed by odd number? Yes. Again odd number followed by odd number? Yes. Then odd number followed by odd number? Odd number by even number? No. Odd by odd? Yes. Odd by odd? Yes. Then odd, even. Odd, even. Odd, even. Odd, even. What is the answer? 6. Itna sahi question tha. It was only that. We just have to tell how many odd numbers are followed by odd numbers. Very easy. No issues. Okay. Then let us do a question that came in this year's CSE 2023. Question was, we are given 5 positive integers. 5 positive integers. What do we mean by positive integers? Nothing but natural numbers. They have to be integers, yes, and they have to be positive. मतलब ये नहीं चलेंगे. Positive integers मतलब we don't need negative integers and we don't need 0. So basically natural numbers. In other natural numbers is positive integers. If they say non-negative integers, meaning 0 to infinity. If they say non-positive integers, means these many, or from 0 to minus infinity. 0 is neither positive nor negative, right? Yes. These are all the integers on number line. That is okay. Now in question they are saying these are 5 positive integers. But what are 5 positive? What are positive integers? Positive integers are integers which are not negative क्योंकि वो positive है, and not 0 because 0 is neither positive nor negative. So we need positive integers, means from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. So natural numbers. If they would have said non-negative integers instead of positive, if they say non-negative integers, meaning बस negative नहीं चाहिए, only these are not allowed, all these are okay, then 0 is also there. 0 is not positive, but 0 is non-negative. Yes, that is what I am saying. If they say non-positive integers, meaning 0 to minus infinity. If they say negative integers, meaning minus 1 to minus infinity, then 0 is not negative. Okay. So we have 5 positive integers and 2 of them are odd and 3 of them are even. Out of them 3 are even and 2 are odd. But they have not specified which are even, which are odd. They have not given which are even integers, which are odd integers. They have just said we have 5 positive integers, 3 are even, 2 are odd. And after that they have given 2 statements for us to consider. Statement number 1 is P plus Q plus R minus S minus T is definitely even. That is statement number 1. And second statement is 2P plus Q plus 2R minus 2S plus T is definitely odd. These are the 2 statements. All we have to do is tell which of them are correct. Options are same, 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 or 2. Would you like to try? देख लो कुछ हो रहा है क्या? दिख रहा है? Try it out. Online students, let me know when the booklet is uploaded. You got the answer? What is the answer? Both are wrong. Okay. Anything else? किसी का और कुछ आ रहा है? What are your initial thoughts? क्या करना चाहिए? Both are different statements, so they are not related. So you have to consider both the statements independently. So these are basically two questions hidden in one question. They are two questions, two separate questions, and you need to solve both of them to get the correct answer. Any ideas? Initial ideas? No. Three of them are even. Those are positive integers. Three are even and two are odd. You rescind your answer? Okay. First is wrong. Second is correct. Okay. Any other answer? Both are wrong. Okay. Yes. That is one case. You are assuming PQR are even and S and T are odd. That is one case. But there could be other cases as well. So you have to ensure that this is true. Whatever your answer, it has to be true in all the cases. That is something we have to ensure then. Because एक ही केस में अगर सही आ गया तो इसका मतलब ये तो नहीं कि हर केस में आएगा. Because whenever you are putting numbers, you are taking a particular case. Yes. हाँ तो वो नहीं करना है ना, बहुत केस नहीं बनाना है. मतलब we have to, even if you are putting values, you have to put at least 2-3 values. अगर सारे जितने भी तुम, if you are taking let's say 3 attempts, 3 different choices, you are taking these 3 as even, these are odd, then you are taking first, third and fifth as even, these 2 are odd, and then some other as even, then other 2 are odd, and in all these cases you are getting the same answer, then you can with 90 or 95% accuracy say that yes, this will be the answer. You cannot be sure, of course, but अगर बाकी कुछ भी नहीं दिमाग में आ रहा है तो ये कर सकते हो. आपको उनको देना है, मेरे पास तो है सर. Who wants it? आ रहे अभी के लिए शेयर कर लो तुम लोग. We are just discussing this question. This is the only question. This is on page number 2. So let us first consider this second statement. What do we need to know for solving this question is, whenever we have even number and we add even number to it, we get even number. 2 plus 4 we get 6. 6 plus 8 we get 10, even number. Whenever we add even number to even number, we'll get even number. Whenever we'll add odd number to odd number, we'll get, करके देख लो, 3 plus 5 8, even number. Whenever you have doubt, करके देख लो, कोई एक एग्जांपल ले लो, करके देख लो. Any two odd numbers you try and add, 1 plus 3 4, then any take 9 plus 11 20, even number. So even plus even is even, odd plus odd is even, and third case is even plus odd or odd plus even. Anyways, okay. You will get, करके देख लो, 2 plus 3 5, odd number. You need only this to solve this question. Okay, because ultimately we have to comment on whether that addition subtraction is even or odd. Okay, fine. Let us look at the second statement now. Here we have 2p, here you have 2r, and here you have 2s. All of these are even numbers. 2 into something is even number. What is even number? Number which is divisible by 2. So if we are multiplying by 2, the number is obviously divisible by 2, right? So this is even number, this is even number, and this is also even number. So even plus even minus even, even number. So we have some even number चलो आगे booklets are. This booklet will stay with you for next 4, 5, 6 classes until we finish arithmetic. From only arithmetic, in last 5 years we have had 60 questions. So 12 questions on an average. This is extraordinary. No other topic has this kind of weightage. So that is why we are going very slow. Ensure that you are understanding everything. Because this is the topic that has distinctly large weightage. Okay. And this is just, we are counting direct arithmetic questions. There are questions in LR that are getting asked from arithmetic. Like we discussed one question yesterday. What would be the day on 10 raised to 10th day? Essentially you have to divide 10 raised to 10 by 7, which is division, arithmetic. So LR questions also need arithmetic concepts. Data sufficiency question also need arithmetic. Work and time, we have fraction ka additions, we need arithmetic. That is, we are not counting, we are just counting arithmetic questions. Then also we will have 60 questions in last 5 years. So this is the most important chapter. Fine. Let us come back to our question. वर्कशीट का कोई नहीं, वर्कशीट बाद में देंगे. So this 2p plus 2r minus 2s is even number. Do we have any doubt in this? Even number plus even number minus even number will have even number. Some even number. So even number plus q plus t. It's what we have. आपको दिख रहा है बोर्ड? प्लीज कम हियर. तुम्हें दिख रहा है? पक्का? अरे तो क्यों आ जाओ ना इस साइड, पूरा क्लास खाली है. So we have to comment on some even number plus q plus t is definitely odd or not. Okay. Now this addition, this is an even number and this is some other number q plus t. When will this addition be odd? Because this is even, this has to be odd for addition to be odd. Can this q plus t be odd? Yes, possible. Because we have 3 even, 2 odd. Maybe q is even, t is odd, and we'll have odd plus even, odd number. Possible. But is it possible that it is an even number? We have even number plus q plus t. If both are odd, is it possible for both of them to be odd? Yes. Then we'll have even number, and even plus even is even, or both of them can be even. Then even plus even, again even. So this number, this addition, can we say that it is definitely odd? No. It can be even, it can be odd, we don't know, right? So can we say that it is definitely odd? No. What did we use? Only this. Okay. Is it difficult? Is it tough to understand? समझ गए? पक्का? Online students? Only one is right, 2 is wrong. Yes, that is the correct answer. But we'll see how. So this statement is wrong. This statement is definitely wrong. Now let us come to first question. रब कर दो ये, आपके पास है अभी वो. It is there on the second page. Now we want to comment on if this particular sum, like there are some additions then there are some subtraction, is this number or even or not? What do we have here? We have p plus q plus r and minus s plus t. This is what we have. Minus I have taken as common, right? So we have this one number and there we have two numbers inside the bracket. Now what are the possible cases we have? Maybe these both s and t are odd. That is one case. I'm now making cases, possible cases. If both of these are odd, then all of them are even. If one of them is odd, one of them is even, then one of them is odd and two of them are even. Order is irrelevant. Why? Because in addition, it doesn't matter in which order we add. 2 plus 3 is 3 plus 2. In addition, it doesn't matter how we add. Right? Addition is commutative. मतलब 2 plus 3 is 3 plus 2. ये पता है ना सबको? किस ऑर्डर में ऐड कर रहे हो उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Because here also we have addition, here also we have addition. So कौन सा odd है, कौन सा even है, उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता. One of them is odd. So other odd number has to be one of these three. That is case number 2. And the third case is both of them are even. So two of them are odd and one of them is even. These are all the possible cases. Right? First, we have two odd numbers and three even numbers. And we have three, they are similar. They are coming with the same sign. And here in bracket we have two numbers. They are similar. So we are saying first case is both of these numbers are odd. Second case is one of them is odd. And third case is none of them is odd. Addition mein order is irrelevant. So one of them is any one of them is odd. When anyone is odd, so other is even. So one odd number would be there. Now let us see what happens in these three cases. In the first case, even plus even plus even number, and odd plus odd. Odd plus odd is even. We saw, na? Odd plus odd is also even. So even minus even number. So here we are getting even number. Here odd plus even is odd, and here odd plus this is also even number, even plus even. Odd plus even again odd, and odd minus odd even. करके देख लो अगर कोई डाउट है तो. 7 minus 5 2. अगर डाउट आता है कभी भी करके देख लो, नंबर कोई भी डाल के देख लेना, चेक कर लो. So this is also even. Third case, this is even and this is even plus odd plus odd is, this is also even. Even minus even. So is it definitely even? In all the cases it is even. So this thing is definitely even. So first statement is correct. There is no difficult concept involved. There is no formula involved. Only fact you have to use is even plus even is even, odd plus odd is even, and odd plus even is odd. That is the only thing we used. But we have to use it repetitively. We have to solve 2 questions and you have to make 3 cases. So this question was perhaps a bit lengthy to solve in the examination hall, but it was definitely not difficult. Can we say that this question is difficult? There is no difficulty involved here. Lengthy? Yes, possibly. In examination hall, it may not be possible for you to immediately do all these things which I did right now. That is the thing now, because here we have 3 of the same sign and 2 of the same side. So there is distinct grouping. ये 3 एक जैसे है, ये 2 एक जैसे है. 2 एक जैसे है तो केसेस बना लिए. क्या क्या हो सकते हैं? ये दोनों भी ऑड हो सकते हैं, एक इवन एक ऑड हो सकता है, दोनों इवन हो सकते हैं. यही पॉसिबिलिटीज है. दैट इज द हिंट. Even if you don't want to take minus as minus out, then also you can see that these 2 are same, these 3 are same. These are anyway symbols, and addition में it doesn't matter which order you take. Fine. अगर ऐसा टाइप का क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में आए कि टू कमेंट ऑन वेदर सम पर्टिकुलर क्वांटिटी इज ऑड और इवन, कैन वी डू इट? यही यूज करना होगा हमेशा. ओनली थिंग यू हैव टू यूज इज दिस थिंग. If you have only addition and subtraction involved, then only thing you have to use is this. If there are multiplication involved, what can we say? Even number into even number क्या होगा? करके देख लो. 2 into 4, any number, it would be even because 2 is a factor now. 2 is factor of both of them. So anyway, 2 will be factor of this number as well. Even into odd? Even into odd? Again even, because 2 is a factor. It will again be even. And odd into odd? It will be now odd. Because 2 is not a factor anywhere. 3 into 5, 15. Not an even number. Okay. So if multiplications are involved and you have to comment on whether number is even or odd, you have to use this. If only addition subtraction are involved, you have to use plus wala thing. Huh. No. That is not the question. Question is whatever quantity they have given. You look at the question. That entire quantity, this quantity is definitely even, not individual PQRST. We don't know that which of them are even, which of them are odd. They can be anything, but we are saying that in any order you take, any one of them can be, any two of them can be odd, any two of them can be even, but this quantity will always be even. That is what we want to, that is what the statement is claiming, and we want to comment on whether that is correct or not. Okay? Yes, you can, but again, same thing you can do with numbers. Observation, first observation क्या है हमारा? That these two are same, these three are same. That is our first observation. In this first statement, these two are same, these three are same. This is minus minus, this is all, these are plus. So now you take, if you are taking numbers, you take, let us take example. Let us take 5 positive integers. 3 of them should be even and 2 of them should be odd. Give me any 5 numbers then. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 of them are even, 2 of them are odd. Yes, this is one valid example. Now, put both of them are odd number, 3 and 5, and rest are even number. Put 3 here and one with 3, one even number, and rest of them are, 2 of them are odd, 2 of them are even, 1 of them is odd. Again, you have to do this only, but you can do that with values. Take a particular case, that is fine, but you have to then play around. एक बार इन दोनों को odd लेके देख लो, जो भी 2 odd numbers है, 3 और 5. एक बार एक odd equivalent यहाँ पे लाके देख लो, यहाँ पे 3 रखो, put here 3 and put 2 here. That would be another case. And third case would be put 2 here, 4 here, and rest of them should be there. And in each case, if the answer is same, if the answer is even number, then yes, that is what we want. So even if you are putting values, that is fine. But again, you have to play around it with a bit to be sure. Because in second question, maybe you take one particular thing, like what did we have? We had even number plus q plus t, na? So in case, in some case you are choosing, you choose both of them as let's say 3 and 4. So this will be odd and entire number will be odd, and you will mark it as a correct statement. But your answer would be wrong, because that was just one case. This is not true in every case, we saw. So that is the problem of putting values. So even if you are putting values, put it for 2-3 different permutations, and in each case if you are getting same answer, then with 95% accuracy just go ahead and mark. अगर गलत होता है तो कुछ नहीं, समझ लेना टाइम बचा लिया था, कोई बात नहीं, but 95% you will be right. Right? So putting values is okay, no issues, but in these kinds of questions you have to put 2-3 different combinations to be certain to sufficient statistically relevant level. Okay? Okay. Second statement was 2p plus q plus 2r. Okay. Now, what did we say here is that this is an even number. Well, this is 2 into something. 2 into anything is even number. Similarly, this is also even number. This is also even number, and even plus even minus even would be even number. So we have some even number plus this q plus this t. This entire quantity reduces to this. And now we want to comment whether this number is odd or even. The statement says this is always odd. Now when will this number be odd? Because we have this number as even, the statement will hold only when this is odd. Can this be odd? Possibly. One is even, one is odd. But can this be even? Very well. Odd plus odd or even plus even. In both cases we have even number, and even plus even will have even number. So statement 2 is not definitely true in all the cases. That is why this was wrong. Okay. So statement 2 is wrong, statement 1 is correct. This was 2023 question which you just solved. चलना है आगे, पक्का, comfortable so far. Now again there is one more question in the printed part. You may not understand it completely right now, but I want to show you that actually I talked about in the last class as well, that the same question which was asked in 2022 paper was asked in 2021 paper. Only difference was in 2022 they asked this question for integers. In 2021 paper they asked this question for natural numbers. Same question, that product of 3 consecutive integers is equal to sum of 3 consecutive integers. Same, product of 3 consecutive. Does everyone understand what is consecutive? Consecutive का मतलब समझते हो? Everyone understand what is consecutive? 1, 2, 3 are consecutive integers. -2, -1, 0 are consecutive integers. Consecutive मतलब एक के बाद एक. Product of these 3 consecutive integers is equal to their sum. That is the question. Question is how many such possibilities are there? Question is how many such possibilities are there? In 2022 they asked this question for integers. In 2021 same question, but just they asked that for natural numbers. The answer was different, as we shall see now. Let us first convert this word problem into equation so that we can solve it. So what can we take as 3 consecutive integers? Let us take x minus 1, x and x plus 1. These are 3 consecutive integers. We just want to find out x now. Why have I taken minus 1 and plus 1 and not x, x plus 1, x plus 2? Because I have to add them, and if I add these 3, 1 will get cancelled here, plus 1 minus 1. That is why I have taken something like this. So how does this equation look like? Sum of these 3 consecutive integers, what is their sum? This plus this plus this. What would be in terms of x? 3 times x, because minus 1 and plus 1 will get cancelled. X plus s 3x is equal to their product. What is their product? Product is x into x minus 1 into x plus 1. Okay, this is the equation we want. This is the equation form of the given question. इतना ही बोला था given question में. We only were given this information that product of 3 consecutive integers is equal to their sum. That is what I have written. I have taken these 3 consecutive integers and the product is this. Product this into this into this, and is equal to their sum. Sum is 3x because minus 1 and plus 1 get cancelled. Okay. Now here we have x, here also we have x. Cancel करने का मन कर रहा है? Can we cancel the x from both sides? When can we cancel? Common is there, no? It is already outside. We can cancel. Cancellation means division. Basically, when we cancel something, we are dividing both sides by x. मतलब यहाँ पे डिवाइडेड बाय x कर रहे हैं, यहाँ पे डिवाइडेड बाय x कर रहे हैं, सो दैट x डिवाइडेड बाय x 1 हो जाएगा एंड हियर x डिवाइडेड बाय x 1 हो जाएगा, सो विल गेट कैंसलेशन. Cancellation means division on both sides. But when can we divide by x? When can we divide by any number? Right. Only when x is not 0. Then only we can divide. Then only we can cancel. So are we sure that x is not 0? We don't know if x is 0 or not. We make it like that. We take two cases. In one case we make x is 0. And in other case we make x not equal to 0. Because we wanted to cancel, we can only cancel when x is not 0. That is why I ensure that x is not 0 in one case, and in other case I will consider x equal to 0 separately. So when x is 0, what is x minus 1? Minus 1. X is 0 and what is x plus 1? 0 plus 1 is 1. ब्रह्मगुप्त ने बताया हमें 0 plus 1 is 1. So this is one pair, the one triplet we have. Does it follow that rule that we want? Sum of these three is, what is sum of these three numbers? Minus 1 plus 1, 0 plus 0, 0. Sum of these three numbers is 0. And what is their product? Any number multiplied by 0, 0. So this is following that rule that we want. So this is one acceptable pair. We got one pair, one triplet. We want to tell how many possibilities are there. Okay, so we got one. What happens when x is not 0? When x is not 0, we can cancel. We can safely cancel. So after cancellation, what we have? We have 3 on that side, left hand side, and is equal to x minus 1 into x plus 1. This is what we have, right? Now can we multiply this? X minus 1 into x plus 1. Even if you are not able to do it right now, we can multiply using multiplication ka rule, that if we have numbers like this, a plus b into c plus d, how do we multiply? We first take a, we multiply it with c. A into c plus d plus b into c plus d. That is how we multiply. So what do we have here? A into c plus a into d plus b into c plus b into d. This is how we multiply. Two brackets. We take first element from first bracket, multiply everything by that number, then we take middle sign in the middle, and then we multiply by the second number. Same thing we do with x minus 1 and x plus 1. X minus 1 into x plus 1, what would it would be x into this bracket, x into x plus 1 minus middle sign 1 into x plus 1, right? This is equal to x into x is x square, x into x is x square, plus x into 1 is x, x into 1 is x. This is minus 1 into x is minus x, and minus 1 into 1 is minus 1. This plus x and minus x will get cancelled. मतलब plus x minus x is 0. X minus x है ना वो. X minus x is 0. So we have x square minus 1. This is the right hand side. And on the left hand side we had 3. So what do we have? We can take 1 on that side. We have x square is equal to 4. किसका स्क्वायर 4 होता है? 2 का स्क्वायर 4 होता है. What is square of minus 2? Minus 2 का स्क्वायर क्या होता है? Minus 2 square is equal to minus 2 into minus 2 is equal to minus into minus is plus, and 2 into 2 is 4. Minus 2 का स्क्वायर भी 4 होता है. So x is equal to plus or minus 2. Finally क्या क्या ट्रिपलेट्स आ गए? -1 0 1, बीच में एक बार 2, एक बार -2, If this is x, x plus 1 is 3, x minus 1 is 1. If this is x, x plus 1 is minus 1, x minus 1 is minus 3. So we have 3 different possibilities. This was perhaps the most difficult question that has come in last few years. I don't expect you to understand it right away. Only point of discussing this was how important it is to understand the difference that terminologies make. Same question they asked for integers in 2022. What was the answer? 3 possibilities. Same question they asked in 2021 for natural numbers. What would be the answer? Only 1 possibility. Because these are not natural numbers. These are also not natural numbers, 0 and minus 2. So answer would be 1 there, but 3 in case of integers. That is why it is important to understand terminology. If you don't understand all these things that we did, it is absolutely okay. We'll revisit it at least 2-3 more times. Don't worry about that. We'll revisit this when we do multiplication. We'll do when we do equations as well. Okay, linear equations. Whenever we'll revisit this question. If you don't understand this question fully, it is absolutely alright. Don't worry about it. Only point of telling you or discussing this question today was it is important to understand the terminology. Do not underestimate importance of these terminologies. अगर तुम्हें लग रहा है कि मुझे आता है, then also just pay attention, just revision कर लो कि natural number होता क्या है, integer होता क्या है. Just keep hammering it into your brain. It is just kind of freshener course. समझ लो initial few चीजें. Bore हो सकते हो, I understand. These are very basic things that we study in very elementary standards. That is true, but these are important because answer changes if you change those terminologies. That was the only point. If you don't understand this question, absolutely all right. ठीक है? Next section पे चले. Again something which you will think that it is elementary, but something which is very, very powerful when it comes to solving questions, which is next section, place value system. What do you understand by place values? Have you heard this term place values before? Right. So whenever we write any number in decimal system, for example 1, 2, 3, what is this place? Units place. This is what we call tens place. This is what we call hundreds place, and so on. Thousands place, 10,000 place. ओके, सुना होगा ये बचपन में, बट अब देखोगे कितना पावरफुली क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करता है ये चीज. एकदम बेसिक चीज है, बट बहुत अच्छे से क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करता है. एंड वेरी वेरी रिसेंट PYQs, ऐसा भी नहीं कि पुराने उठाएंगे, इजी वाले. बिफोर 2019 क्वेश्चंस वेर वेरी इजी. अगर वो पेपर निकाल के देखोगे तो बोलोगे क्या ही क्लास आना है, जरूरत नहीं है. बट इफ यू सी रिसेंट क्वेश्चंस, they are from these basic concepts, but you have to apply this concept very, very cleverly. Then only you will get the correct answer very simply. Fine. So if I write something like this, let us say 123.123 in decimal system. If I write this, what is the place value of this 3? 3. That is, this is units place. Place value is 3 into 1. What is the place value of this 2? 2 into 10, which is 20. Place value of this 1 is 1 into 100, which is 100. After the decimal point, what is the place value of this 1? 1 into 1 by 10 or 0.1. What is the place value of this 2? 2 into 1 by 100, which is 0.02. What is the place value of this 3? 3 into 1 by 1000. एक और 0 बढ़ा देंगे, which is equal to 0.003. Any problem? This is what we called as integral part. This is what we call as fractional part. ये integral part negative भी हो सकता है, because integers can be negative as well. So this integral part can be negative or can be positive. Fractional part is always positive. Okay. So even if we write this minus 0.123, what is the integral part? 0. And this is the fractional part. Integral part, fractional part. And place values you know. Right? Fine. Any problem in this place values so far? No issues? I have given you table, just if you want to refer. Then we will solve questions based on this, whatever we have learned till now. So in general, before that, let us see in general, if instead of digits, I used symbol for digits. For example, if I have this number xy, where x and y are any digits. Digits are 0, 1, 2, up to 9. These are the digits we have in decimal system. If I want to write next digit, I reuse these digits 1 and 0 and write it as 10. We call it 10, right? This is our decimal system. In decimal system, we have 10 symbols from 0 to 9. These symbols we call it digits. Single digit number, 2 digit number, 3 digit number. These terminologies we use. These are the digits. Then this is decimal system. There are other systems like binary system that we use in computers and logic that run on binary system. Binary system is composed only of zeros and ones. There we have only two symbols. One symbol is 0, one other symbol is 1. And if you want to write next symbol, next number, which is 2, we write it as 1, 0. In binary system, if I have this number 1, 0, 1, what is this place? Units place again. So its place value will be 1 into 2 raised to 0. 2 raised to 0 is 1, or just 1. Place value of this 0 will be 0 into 2, because we are talking about binary system, base 2 system. Here we were talking about earlier base 10 system or the decimal system. Here it will be 1 into 4, which is 2 square. Earlier we had units place, 10 place, hundreds place, like 10 ka square, 10 ka cube, etc. Here we have 2 ka square, 2 ka cube, etc. This is just in case in some particular year they feel particularly adventurous and they decide you to test on these concepts. It is just that base is different, meaning these powers will change, nothing else changes. Only the symbols will change. Anyway, in decimals, coming back to decimal system, if I have this 2-digit number xy, where x is any digit from this and y is any digit from this, I can write it as 10x plus y, because place value of this x is 10x, place value of this y is just y. So this is what we have. Let us take example. What is 14? 14 is place value of 1 is 10 and place value of 4 is 4. 10 plus 4. Similarly, let us take 3-digit number. If we have 1, 2, 3, what is this? Place value of 1 is 100 plus place value of 2 is 2 into 10 plus 3. In general, if I have this xyz, I can write it as 100x plus 10y plus z. xyz are digits. If I am talking in terms of unknown digits, this is how I can write. Any problem? Clear? Okay. Now let us come to this particular question, CSE 2023. Online students, are you following? If not, please stop me. anytime you want. And if you want to speak, I have headphones with me. Please let me know that you want to interact and I'll put it on. करो try. कुछ लोग के नाम बता दो यार मुझे, एक दो लोग के आप बता दो नाम. हार्दिक, विपुल, जमीर, संजना, प्रशंसा, निरंजन. I'll come back to you guys. इतने ही मुझे याद होने में थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा. हार्दिक का नाम याद रह जाएगा. हार्दिक पांड्या अभी इंज्योर हो गया है. प्रशंसा का याद रह जाएगा, बहुत यूनिक नेम है. जमीर का याद रह जाएगा. Okay, I'll write down the question. Question is, we have this 6-digit number x, y, z, x, y, z. These are digits. This is a 6-digit number. And question is, this number is divisible by which of them? Which of the following? Question is, this number is divisible by, option number A is 711, B is what? 713, C is 1113, and D is 7, 11 and 13 all. These are the options. Okay, how did you do? Explain it to me. Unmute yourself and explain. Okay. What? Right. This is actually one repetition of one PYQ. There was PYQ, similar PYQ, very similar. I don't know where I have put it in this particular thing. Yes, come to next section, last question, 2015. Very similar question. मिल गया exponents के ऊपर, just before exponents. Page number 11. दिख रहा है similarity? So this question is kind of repetition. Their question was, we have something like this, ABC into DE ED is equal to ABC. So we have to tell examiner what is D and E. That was the question, and options were given. In this question you could simply just put any ABC and put D and E from options and you can solve the question. But in case you solve the PYQ, you should have done this. You could have done this within seconds. यही तो है, सेम ही तो नंबर है. ABC है, यहाँ पे XYZ है, सेम ही है. There is no different. Right. Yes, you can. But again, same risk. That if it is true, if answer is, let us say, D for 1 2 3 1 2 3, will it be also D for 2 3 4 2 3 4? That again, one more choice of numbers you should take, just to confirm whatever answer you are getting with 1 2 3 1 2 3, you are getting the same answer with 2 3 4 2 3 4. But even if you take 1 2 3 1 2 3, you have to perform divisions. You have to divide by 7, 11 and 13. 11 का पता है तुम्हें, 7 का पता है, मैं बता दूंगा 7 का, 7 का भी डिविजिबिलिटी रूल इज एप्लीकेबल, फेयरली इजी, बट स्टिल यू हैव टू डिवाइड बाय 13. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू नो टेबल ऑफ 13? आना चाहिए टेबल टिल 20 इज मस्ट, बिकॉज क्वेश्चंस आर आस्क्ड. टेबल till 20 इज मस्ट. पाडे पाठ पाहिजेत. He is Marathi, I am also Marathi, that's why I told him in Marathi. In Marathi we call tables as pade. आप भी मराठी हो? हाँ, पहाड़ा, पहाड़ी एरिया. अच्छा पहाड़ा, ओके. मुझे लगा आप कहाँ से हो बता रहे हो मुझे. ओके यस, हिंदी में पहाड़ा. यस, सुनील इज ऑल्सो टेलिंग मी हिंदी में पहाड़ा, राइट. These all languages have same root in Sanskrit, one way or the other. So many similar words you can find. It is also popular question in GS1. Unity or in diversity wala. Whenever we have this kind of question, that in India we have unity in diversity. This is the one of the points that we can write. That in many languages we have these common words. Common mythologies are there, common caste systems is there, common festivals are there, like Diwali is celebrated everywhere. You can write many such points. मेंस के लिए पढ़ रहे हो ना सब लोग? मेंस के लिए पढ़ो यार. मेंस is the main examination. Nobody is going to give you any award if you qualify prelims. It is important to qualify prelims, otherwise you won't get to write mains. But the purpose of prelims is to get opportunity to write mains. Main intention is to write mains and score high marks there, because those are the marks that will get counted in final rank list. Answer writing karo. Yes, this question. If you want, you can solve this question first and then take a hint from this question to solve this question. ये क्वेश्चन पेज नंबर 11 पे है. दिस क्वेश्चन इज ऑन पेज नंबर 11. No, mock test I'll not be able to solve all the questions in class, but whatever doubts you have, that I will definitely solve. Purpose of mock test is to enable you to manage your time better. Purpose of class exercises, home assignments is to enhance your ability to solve questions, and that is true even for other answer writing. Purpose of test series, any GS test series or answer writing test series, is for you to enable time management. You should manage your time better. Just go there and try to write those 20 questions in 3 hours. That is why we have test series. But if you want to improve your knowledge base, if you want to improve your answer writing skill, then you have to practice at your home daily. 2 questions, 3 questions, 5 questions, 10 questions, whatever you want. एक दो मत करना, 5 तो कर ही लेना. एक दो बहुत कम हो जाएगा. Are you guys writing 5 questions daily? Yes, no? 5 questions daily लिख रहे हो? देना है ना एग्जाम. एग्जाम लिखने का है, पढ़ने का नहीं है. मेंस एग्जाम इज एग्जाम ऑफ राइटिंग. The more you write, better you will get. That is cardinal rule. I wrote one essay every week. He's asking me how many essays I wrote. I'm telling him I didn't attend any mock test series because in essays I didn't have any problem and I was scoring consistently well. I just wanted to ensure that I get similar marks this year as well. So I ensured that I'm writing. I'm able to express myself better. I'm not losing touch, and I get to cover more topics in general. So I wrote one essay every week. So this year, and say in 3 months, how many essays? 10, 12, 13 essays I might have written. But you should start right now because this was my last attempt. So this was 6th year of me writing 12 essays. So I have written 50 to 70 essays. If it is your first attempt, second attempt, third attempt, you will not have written that many essays earlier. So you should write more. Start writing essays. One essay per week. 2 घंटे लगेंगे, निकाल लो यार. 250 मार्क्स का पेपर है, कम थोड़ी है. GS2 के लिए, GS3 के लिए इतना पढ़ते हो, ऐसे को भी थोड़ा सा वेटेज दे दो, सेम मार्क्स है. ऐसे में आ भी जाएंगे 140 मेहनत करोगे तो. GS2 में नहीं आएंगे. नॉट पॉसिबल. And maybe possible, but you can't be sure about it. Yes, I did peer review. I gave it to my friends, and as I said, I used to give my essays to my parents. They gave me lay person's perspective. That is this language legible? ये अच्छा लग रहा है, ये खराब लग रहा है, ये चार्ट मत डालो यहाँ पे, ये कोट बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. This kind of review is also sometimes very helpful to gauge yourself, and you are also your own evaluator. You can also evaluate your own essays. पढ़ लो third person perspective से कि समझ रहा है क्या क्या लिखा है. Because the biggest challenge in essay is remaining relevant for 10 to 12 pages. For other GS papers, you get 3 hours to write 4,000 words. For essay, you get 3 hours to write 2,000 to 2,200 words. What does that mean? UPSC expects you to think and write in essays. UPSC actually expects you to write less, but write after considered thinking. So you have to think, you have to form an opinion. Essay is, don't treat essay as extended GS answer, because it is not. In essay, you start an argument, you give multiple arguments, and ultimately you come to some conclusion. That is the essay. Essay should be argumentative, not example driven. Examples are to justify your arguments. Primacy here is to arguments, not to examples. अगर बस एग्जामिनर के मुंह पे एग्जाम्पल्स फेंक के मारोगे तो वो भी तुम्हारे मुंह पे 110 मारेगा. And there will be huge 30 marks gap between you and your competitors, which would be very difficult to bridge. Your essay, purpose of your essay to show examiner that you are a thinking individual. They have given 3 very specific directives for essays. It is very short. Essay syllabus or directives are very short but very specific. You should go back and read the syllabus of essays. They are only giving you three directives. That you have to be relevant. You have to stick to the topic. You have to be relevant. You have to use logical sequence of writing. So you cannot write in haphazard way. There has to be some method, some golden thread that should run through your essay. That in common parlance we call as flow. Essay में flow नहीं है. That is the popular feedback. What is that flow? Flow is a common golden thread that should run through your essay. And of course, this does not come naturally. We are not born writers. It is a skill that needs to be cultivated. हवा से तो नहीं आएगा cultivation ये. It has to be cultivated by writing more and more. That is why I am telling you, write one essay per week at least. Because it is a 250 marks paper. It is important that you score well there. Every mark is worth the same. चाहे वो एक एक्स्ट्रा मार्क तुम्हारा GS में आए, चाहे वो एक्स्ट्रा मार्क तुम्हारा essay में आए. Every mark is finally worth the same. That is why it is important to work on your essays, which I know, even if I tell you 10 times, hardly 1 or 2 of you will take it seriously and write. That is the reality. Inertia होता है लिखने का, लगता है कि नेक्स्ट वीक से लिख लूंगा, मैंने कुछ पढ़ा ही नहीं है, मुझे कुछ आता नहीं है, मेरे पास कंटेंट नहीं है. दीज आर द पॉपुलर एक्सक्यूजेस. कंटेंट जमा करो, बैठो, choose any topic. This year's topic, choose any topic. Very simple topics were there. Like education is what remains after you leave the school. I think this was the topic for this year. Can we all write on education or not? Even a school children can write on that education वाला topic. You cannot claim कि तुम्हारे पास content नहीं है, तुम्हें topic समझ नहीं आ रहा. Even if you don't have content for 10 page, 12 page essay, just search on Google, search on books, watch YouTube videos, do anything you want for half an hour, 1 hour, gather the entire content and then try to write. No issues. Still you will face difficulty because it is not so easy to frame logically consistent essay for 10 to 12 pages. It is difficult. It needs to be cultivated. That is a fact. And whenever you write your first essay, it will be terrible. It will be bad. You will feel that I'll never get selected. तो वो पहला ऐसे आज होगा कि प्री के बाद होगा, दैट इज अप टू यू. दैट इज व्हाई आई एम टेलिंग स्टार्ट राइटिंग फ्रॉम दिस वीक. whenever you want to write, maybe on Sunday, maybe any day of the week you decide, take out 2 hours 3 hours and just write. किसी को दिखाने की भी जरूरत नहीं है. पहला ऐसे गंदा होगा, तुम्हें भी पता है गंदा होगा, मुझे भी पता है. किसी को दिखाने की भी जरूरत नहीं है, बस लिख लो. अपने फ्रेंड्स को दिखा दो, पेरेंट्स को दिखा दो. इफ यू हैव सम टीचर, उनको दिखा दो. आफ्टर सम टाइम मुझे दिखा दो, थोड़े एसेज लिख लो. इफ यू फील दैट यू आर गेटिंग बेटर, देन शो इट टू मी. आई कैन इवेल्युएट फॉर एटलीस्ट सम ऑफ यू. एफर्ट तो तुम्हारे साइड से आना चाहिए. आई कैन ओनली टेल यू what you should be doing. At the end you have to do. बुद्धा बता सकता है कि 12-fold पाथ क्या है. पाथ पे चलना तो इंडिविजुअल को है, एजेंसी तो इंडिविजुअल के पास. लेट अस कम बैक टू आवर सिलेबस. ये हुआ, हाँ ये हो गया. हाउ डिड यू डू इट? Putting the values. This was very easy. हो गया. You can take any ABC and you just, there are options for D and E. 4 options are there. You can just try and multiply and see the answer. So once you know that this DEED is 1001, now can you solve this question? Now can you solve? How? Sunil, you can message me, but not right now. I can evaluate your essays after November. Right. All of you have my number, phone number? No? This is my phone number. You can message me, call me and ask any doubts, anything you want. Yes, that is right. So there are, one way clearly is to put values and check. But if you know this fact that this ABC is ABC into 1001. So this, what is this XYZ? XYZ is XYZ into 1001. Now if this 1001 is divisible by these numbers, then XYZ will also be divisible by these numbers. So this is nothing but this product, right? If you check, you can check that this number is divisible by 7, this number is divisible by 13 and this number is divisible by 11. So this entire number is divisible by all of them. तो अगर ये PYQ करा होता और ये याद होता फैक्ट, then you could have easily done it. But if not, what we can do is using place values. Using place values, whenever we have this unknown digits, like XYZ, XY, YX, anything like that, first instinctive thing that you should do is use place values. That should be your instinct, and we'll see that how many questions can be done using place values like this. So here, instead of expanding entirely using entire thing like 1 lakh into x, 10,000 into y, something like that, what we observe that there is symmetry after 3 digits. There is symmetry after 3 digits. So what we do is we write it as xyz 000 plus xyz. Okay. Why did I do it? Because there is symmetry after 3 digits. Again, this is not something that will strike you inside examination hall. This is what is the best ideal method, or how you can solve it mathematically. Ultimately, you have to, in examination hall, so unknown question comes, you should put values. But if you remember some facts like this, it will become easier. If you would have done that PYQ, you would have been able to solve this question very easily. But without that also, this question was easy. Why? Because you take any values and number would be divisible by 7, 11 and 13. But in that case, you have to divide that 6-digit number by these 3 prime numbers. So divide to karna padega. Agar 1 2 3 1 2 3 bhi le rahe ho, even if you are taking this 1 2 3 1 2 3 and you try to divide it by 13, you have to perform this long division. है ना? इसमें थोड़ा time तो जाएगा. So it could have been time consuming. Here what we do is we write it like this, and this xyz 000 is nothing but xyz into 1000 and plus xyz. Now we take xyz common, so we get xyz into 1000 plus 1. This is nothing but xyz into 1001, which is what we began with in that PYQ, other PYQ. So, and this particular 1001 is divisible by all 7, 11 and 13. You can check it. That you have to check. इतना भी नहीं है easy. ये check करना पड़ेगा. 11 is very elementary, because 11 का divisibility test of 11 is this alternate digit का sum should be divisible by 11. Difference between them. What I mean is, if we have something like this 1 2 3 1 2 3, and I want to check if this number is divisible by 11, we'll study it separately under the section of divisibility test. But I am telling you because I am using it right now. What we do is we take these alternate numbers 1 3 2 and these alternate numbers 1 3 2, and we add these three. We add these alternate numbers. What is this? 3 plus 2 plus 1. We get 6. And we add these alternate numbers. 3 plus 1 plus 2, 6. And we take their difference. It is 0. And if this number is divisible by 11, then entire number is divisible by 11. Is 0 divisible by 11? Yes. 0 is divisible by all the numbers. That is why this number is divisible by 11. And that is how we can comment that this 1001 is also divisible by 11. For 7 and 13, you can directly divide. You can perform the long division and see that this number is divisible by both the 7 and 13. And that is why this entire product, which is nothing but this number, is divisible by all 7, 11 and 13. But if you remember that earlier PYQ, you can solve it directly. You arrive directly here. You don't need to do all these steps. Here, xyz 000 is nothing but xyz into 1000. So what is 1000? 1 into 1000. What is 20,000? 20 into 1000. From here to here. Yes, because there is symmetry here. I mean, this may seem to you random, but this is intuition. There is no yes, because after 3 zeros there is symmetry, na? That is why. And then only this xyz can become common out of this. So this is a mathematical way of doing it. It is not a natural way to do in examination hall. I am not talking about examination hall now. I am just telling you how it comes. In examination hall, you should remember the earlier PYQs and now this PYQ. That is why we do PYQs, because PYQs get repeated. We saw that. Now you know that this XYZ type of number is nothing but XYZ into 1000. 1001. Now you know that this is XYZ into 1001 directly. And if you don't remember this, what do we do in examination hall? We put values. We don't waste time. We see that there are all numbers and this is true for any XYZ, na? That is what they are saying. So I take any XYZ, I take simplest possible 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I see this number is divisible by which of them? By actually dividing. That would be quicker if you don't know this. Okay? In actual examination, you should put values if you don't remember earlier result or nothing comes naturally to you. Examination is not the place to waste time. Examination is the place when you do whatever you can to get the answer. See if you can get the answer within reasonable time, like 1 to 2 minutes. If not, move ahead. We are going to attempt 40 to 45 to 50 question maximum. We don't want to go beyond that. It is not needed. So we have leg room to leave 35 questions. We can leave this question, no issue. If you don't actually come to the answer within 1 to 2 minutes. Here you should, because even if you put values and directly divide, you should come to the answer within 2 minutes. क्या करना है? Divide तो करना है. ले लो 1 2 3 1 2 3 and देख लो करके. 7 से डिवाइड करके देख लो एक बार 11 से देख लो, एक बार 13 से देख लो. And for 7 and 11 we have divisibility tests. तो 7 and 11 तो very easily हो जाएगा. वो पढ़ेंगे हम क्या टेस्ट है, वो उसकी टेंशन मत लो. बट फॉर 13 यू हैव टू डिवाइड, तो एक ही तो डिवीजन परफॉर्म करना है, वो तो हो जाएगा. बट फॉर दैट प्री रिक्विजिट इज 13 का टेबल आना चाहिए. अदरवाइज नहीं डिवाइड कर पाओगे. कैसे करोगे? नहीं करोगे, है ना. 13 का टेबल आना चाहिए. देयर वाज वन मोर क्वेश्चन विच रिक्वायर्ड 13 का टेबल. इट वाज इन CSE 2022 last year. Not in this section, it is in the later section in prime factorization. There also we were given some long multiplication and we wanted to comment on what is the remainder when we divide that long multiplication by 1261. अब 1261 से तो डिवाइड नहीं कर सकते किसी नंबर को हम. So we had to factorize this 1261 into prime factors. We'll study prime factorization, which is again very powerful tool when it comes to arithmetic topics. Every year we get questions from that particular topic. We'll study it. Point is tables रटो. 20 तक तो रटने चाहिए. There is no running behind. There is no running from it. चले आगे. Next question देखो. Look at the next question. CSE 2020 का question है. The difference between 2-digit number and the number obtained by interchanging the positions of digits is 54. वो वाला question मिल गया? Yes. Hint is this question is from place value chapter. That is the hint. Try to do it. This is a word problem. Try to write equations from it. Try to write something. Take a number, and because this is from place values chapter, and I already said that whenever we have this unknowns like digits which we don't know about, try to write in place values. So take unknown 2-digit number, something like xy, write place values, reverse it as they are saying, write place values and take a difference. Question is on page number 6. CSE 2020 question under this same section, place values. Got it? कुछ हो रहा है? थोड़ा सा हो रहा है? गुड गुड गुड। तो स्टेटमेंट्स पढ़ो। रीड द सेकंड स्टेटमेंट। Is second statement correct or not? First is why? Acha, you found out the digits. So why is first statement wrong? No. First statement is the sum of two digits can be determined only if the product of the two digits is known. So if I tell you product of the two digits is 7, can you tell me sum of the digits now? Huh? No, but one condition you already have, na? So first statement is correct or not? But I'm telling you, na, the product of number is known. Product of the two digits is 7. If I tell you that, then can you? Second is right. Right. What else? Who else got it? क्या आया? क्या? How did you conclude that? हाँ? नंबर्स डाल के? अच्छा, कौन से नंबर्स डाले? ओके, आंसर आ रहा है फाइनल? दोनों स्टेटमेंट के बारे में कमेंट करना है ना हमें। Using condition that is given. Now the first statement is saying that sum of the digits can be found, can be determined only if the product of the two digits is known. So if I tell you product of the two digits, if I tell you that product of the two digits is 7, then can you tell me the sum of the digits? Okay, that is the first. Is that the first statement? Read it again. Let us come to first statement. We'll come to first statement. You are almost there, but I have to tell you how to proceed further. But second statement everyone should get because I had provided enough hints. हो रहा है? प्रशंसा नहीं हो रहा? क्या किया? How did you start? No, I told you what to do. I told you that take a number xy. Did you take the number xy? We take because we don't know which number it is, we just take some two-digit number xy, and because we don't know anything about it, we write it in place values. That is the first step, that is the first instinct. So we write it as 10x plus y. Okay, now the question is saying number, two-digit number and its reverse. It is talking about its reverse. What is the reverse of xy? Yx is equal to 10y plus x. And now the statement is saying the difference between these two digits, these two numbers is 54. Now let us take the difference. Let us take the difference, na? So we get 10x minus x What is 10x minus x? 9x. And y minus 10y minus 9y, and it is 54. ये given है. So 9 into x minus y is equal to 54. 9 cancel हो सकता है. I can divide by 9 on both sides. I can divide by 9. 9 6 are 54. This is what we have from given information. This is what we have from given information. Yes, Lavanya. I am coming to statement number 1. Booklet 1 लिखा है. What are you trying to say? So this is what we have from given information. Now read the second statement. Difference between the two digits can be determined. These are the two digits, na, x and y. That is what we assumed. Can we determine their difference? Yes, directly we can determine their difference. Fine. Now let us come back to statement number 1. Statement number 1 says that sum of the two digits. What would be the sum of two digits? X plus y. Sum of the two digits can be determined only if product of the two digits is known. Now we have two unknowns, x and y. We have two unknowns, x and y. So if I know both the values x and y, yes, it is booklet number 2, because booklet number 1 is orientation. Booklet number 2 है. Booklet number 1 is orientation. That is why it is showing booklet number 2. सबके यहाँ पे booklet number 2 ही लिखा होगा. Anyway, come back to this. Sum of the two digits can be determined if both x and y are known. अगर मुझे दोनों x and y पता है, then I can add and find the values. Right? So to find the sum, I need both the values of x and y. Because यहाँ से तो बस difference पता चल रहा है, sum के बारे में कुछ पता नहीं चल रहा. So I need values of x and y. And the fundamental theorem, one of the fundamental theorems in algebra is that if we have two equations, if you have two unknowns, we need two different equations to solve for those unknowns. मतलब अगर मुझे x and y दोनों की वैल्यू निकालनी है, दोनों अननोन है, तो मुझे दो इक्वेशंस की जरूरत है, दो डिफरेंट इक्वेशंस की जरूरत है. यही इक्वेशन दो बार मुझे दोगे तो कोई फायदा नहीं है. तो इफ यू गिव मी x minus y is equal to 6 and 2x minus 2y is equal to 12, that is the same equation. That is not enough. If we want to find out, if you want to solve for two unknowns, we need two independent equations. In general, if we have three unknowns, we need three equations. If you want to solve for n unknowns, we need n equations. Okay, that is the fundamental rule, and I will repeat it 50 times throughout this course. So don't worry about it. You will get very strong with this concept, that if you want to solve two unknowns, you will need two equations. One equation we already have. One equation we already have from the given information. So we need one more equation. We need one more equation. Now if we are given product of the two numbers, if I give you product of the two numbers, will that be one more equation? Yes. Yes. Okay. So if I give you product of the two numbers, then you can find both the numbers and then you can find x plus y. But is that the statement? Read the statement carefully. What does the statement say? Only. Statement is saying only if. And we know from our experience with GS, जहां पे भी only आएगा 90% of the time वो गलत होगा. We know that. So why is this statement wrong? Because there is only. What did I say? To solve for x and y, we need two equations. Did I say which equation? You give me any equation which is different from this. I am fine with it. You give me any equation that is different from this, I can solve for x and y. Right? I don't necessarily need x into y. I don't necessarily need product of two numbers is some number. You can give me any equation which is different from this and I will solve for x and y. But because the statement is saying only, मतलब बस यही इक्वेशन दोगे तभी सॉल्व कर पाओगे, तो ये तो सही नहीं है. You give me any equation and I'll solve. हाँ, no, that is different equation ना. This is one equation, and if I give you some other equation, let us say 3x plus y is equal to 10. This is the another equation I give you from my side. Then I can find x and y from these two equations. Because two equations, two unknowns, we can solve. But any two equations would do. Any two equations like x cube into x square into y is equal to 8. Any equation. This is also fine. Then it is correct. If there is no only word, then of course it is a second equation and we can solve. We can solve for x and y and we can add. No issues. Fine. That is why statement 1 is wrong. Statement 2 is obviously correct. Clear? Clear? No issues. अब नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन तुम खुद से करोगे. सेम चीज करनी है, बस यहां पे डिफरेंस वाली कंडीशन थी, वहां पे कुछ और कंडीशन होगी. ओके, कंसेप्ट इज सेम. वी हैव अ 2-digit नंबर and we have a condition that is given in the question. ऑनलाइन स्टूडेंट्स, आर यू गाइज फॉलोइंग मी? सो तो नहीं गए हो? नहीं ना, चलो. इफ यू हैव एनी डिफिकल्टी लेट मी नो. We are purposefully going slow because this is a very important topic. We can pick up the pace later if required. अगर ये अरिथमेटिक अच्छे से समझ जाओगे तो आगे एकदम मक्खन जैसे गाड़ी चलेगी. ओके, कैसे किया? तो इक्वेशन क्या आ गई? वो पूछा है क्या? क्वेश्चन क्या पूछा? देखो, नंबर ऑफ सच पेयर, मतलब एक्स और वाई के पेयर. नंबर ऑफ सच पेयर एक्स वाई. एक्स एंड वाई डिजिट्स है ना? हाँ, यस. नहीं, कैसे मैं बताऊंगा? यू हैव नॉट अंडरस्टूड द क्वेश्चन ना. ये क्या आ गया तुम्हारे पास? एक्स एंड वाई के बीच में रिलेशन आ गया. एक्स एंड वाई आर डिजिट्स. यू गॉट अ रिलेशन इन दोज 2 डिजिट्स. वो रिलेशन सेटिस्फाई करने वाले कितने पेयर्स है? दैट इज द क्वेश्चन. हाउ मेनी सच पेयर्स आर? Okay, so you got a relation between x and y. Okay, you got relation between x and y. Now the question is, how many pairs are there that satisfy that relation? Okay, we'll do it. Wait. रिलेशन आ गया. क्वेश्चन समझ में नहीं आया. क्या क्या गिवन इंफॉर्मेशन है आपने लिखी वो. वी हैव अ नंबर, वी हैव अ 2 डिजिट नंबर, राइट. 2 डिजिट नंबर एक्स वाई ले लिया. सो वी रोट दिट प्लेस वैल्यूज 10x plus y, सिंपल. नाउ रिवर्स लिया, 10y plus x आया. ना अब क्या दिया है, रेशियो बिटवीन दीज टू नंबर्स वो दिया है. लिखो ये इक्वेशन, ratio between these two numbers, which is 10x plus y divided by 10y plus x is equal to 4 by 7. That is the given equation. है ना. Now simplify this. कुछ हो रहा है, कुछ आ रहा है इक्वेशन जैसा. ये तो आ गया ना अब. हाँ, अब सिंप्लीफाई कैसे करोगे इससे. क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करो. हाँ राइट, अब हो जाएगा. टेन एक्स प्लस वाई डिवाइड बाय रिवर्स क्या होगा फिर 10y प्लस एक्स. हाँ, इन दोनों का रेशियो 10x प्लस वाई और 10y प्लस एक्स का रेशियो इज इक्वल टू 4 बाय 7. नहीं नहीं नहीं, रेशियो बिटवीन दीज टू नंबर्स. विच टू नंबर्स? नंबर एंड इट्स रिवर्स. देयर इज अ नंबर एक्स वाई, हमने अपने साइड से नंबर लिया है ना. नंबर एंड इट्स रिवर्स, उसका रेशियो 4 बाय 7 है. राइट. प्रशंसा, कुछ हो रहा है. हाँ, सिंप्लीफाई करके क्या आ गया, वो डिवाइड कर सकते हो. हाँ, क्या कर रहे हो, क्या आएगा. हाँ, और सिंपल करो ना, 33 से डिवाइड करो अब दोनों साइड. 33 से डिवाइड करो दोनों साइड, क्या आएगा. 33 इंटू 2 66 होता है ना. ये आ गया, रिलेशन आ गया सबका. प्रशंसा, आ गया रिलेशन. संजना नहीं. ओके, अब देखो, वॉट एवर वी आर गिवन इन द इक्वेशन. आपका आ गया, सबका आ गया रिलेशन. नहीं आया. ओके, वॉट एवर वी आर गिवन इन द क्वेश्चन उसी को बस लिखना है. what is something that is given. We are given number and they are talking about number and its reverse. That is the hint that this is from place values. So we take a number xy, simple, अपना हमेशा का फंडा. xy is equal to 10x plus y. xy is 10x plus y. इसमें तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, इसमें प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. What is the reverse? yx. What is yx? 10y plus x. Right? Now what is given? They are saying ratio between number and its reverse is 4 by 7. मतलब xy divided by yx इज द रेशो का मतलब क्या होता है, दिस डिवाइडेड बाय दिस, विच इज दिस डिवाइडेड बाय दिस इज इक्वल टू 4/7, ये दिया है, हाँ यही दिया है। संजना ठीक है, इसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम? आपका नाम? भरत, इसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम? पक्का? नाउ वी जस्ट सिंप्लीफाई दिस। हाउ डू वी सिंप्लीफाई? क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई कर देंगे। So what we do is 7 into 10x plus y is equal to 4 into 10y plus x. No issues. मल्टीप्लाई कर सकते हैं अब। 7 into 10 70x plus 7y is equal to, this is 40y plus 4x. Let us bring x together and y together. अच्छा नहीं लग रहा दोनों को अलग अलग देखना, है ना, एक साइड आएंगे तो कुछ ना कुछ रिलेशन बन सकता है। तो 70 and this is -4, 66x is equal to 40y minus 7y 33y. Now this is 33, this is 66. Clearly 33 into 2 is 66. So we can divide by 33. So we get 2x is equal to y. Okay. Most of you reached till this level. That just put whatever that is given in the equation, in the question, in equation form and get the simplified relationship. ये आ गया अब 2x is equal to y. Now the question is, how many pairs of numbers, मतलब pair is xy yx are there which satisfy this relation. What is this relation? Is this relation. Now we want to find out how many possibilities are there which satisfy this, remembering that x and y are digits. X and y are digits. Now let us put digits. Digits हमें कौन से पता है? 0 to 9 are the only digits possible. Yes, answer is 4. Sunil, you are right. Lakshay, you are also right. Lavanya, we'll see how answer is 4. So because x and y are digits, so if x is 1, y would be 2, because x is 1, 1 into 2 is 2. So xy is 12 and yx 21. If x is 2, y is 4, 24 and 42. If x is 3, y is 6. If x is 4, y is, if x is 5, y should be 10, but 10 तो digit है नहीं, we want digits, so y cannot be 10, so x cannot be 5. So these are the only possibilities, 1, 2, 3 and 4. All we had to do was just put whatever that the information that is there in the question into equation form, get the simplified version, and because we want to find out how many such possibilities are there, we look for possibilities. क्या क्या possibilities हो सकती है? अब ये तो digits ही है, digits तो हमेशा पता है हमें maximum 10 हो सकते हैं, उससे ज्यादा तो है ही नहीं digits, तो 0 तो आ नहीं सकता because this is a 2 digit number. 1 से start करेंगे. If this is 1, what are the possibilities? If this is 2, until we get to 4, there are possibilities. If we get to 5, y becomes 10, which is not allowed because y is digit. Fine. ठीक है, पक्का 100%. Bharat, पक्का. Whenever you get these type of questions like there is xy, xyz, first instinct is go to place values. Okay. ओके, अगला सेक्शन चालू करना है, कल करना है, थक गए होंगे तो बता दो। सिंपल है, समथिंग विच यू ऑलरेडी नो, वी जस्ट वांट टू गेट विथ एडिशन, सब्ट्रैक्शन, मल्टीप्लिकेशन, डिवीजन of numbers like natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, and for decimals. Fraction we have separate section, fraction का addition, subtraction वगैरह. We just want to get with decimals and our integer till integers. We want to do it in this section, and from this one section there were 13 questions. 13 questions in CSE 2023 from basic addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Conceptually only these facts would be used, but when it comes to application it would be time consuming and you may even feel exhausted for some questions. Some questions were there conceptually that it was nothing, it was only about addition, but if you just try to do it manually it will take a lot of time, and such questions were to be left alone. We'll see such questions, but before that we have to go through the basics of addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Let us try to complete addition, subtraction. Maybe we can do multiplication, division tomorrow. कल भी क्लास है अपनी, याद है ना? You guys are comfortable with 3 classes per week, or you want more, you want less? 3 is good. Let us keep it 3 for 1 month or so, and if you want me to finish earlier, otherwise this will go till February. If you want me to finish in January or mid-January or mid-February, then we may want to have more classes in January or December or something like that. We'll decide depending on our comfort, your comfort में. मुझे तो कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, चाहे तुम 3 ले लो, तुम 4 ले लो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. हाँ, Thursday I have class, जो GS फाउंडेशन होता है, I have to teach CSAT there. Thursday नहीं होगा. And the issue is availability of classroom, because we only have 3 classrooms and multiple courses are ongoing. That is why for right now we can only have 3 classes per week from Friday to Sunday, but as per availability we can increase the frequency. Time may change, but only if you guys are comfortable, then only we'll have those extra classes, not otherwise. I am not going to force it on you, don't worry about it. Otherwise we'll have 3 classes per week and we can go till February. It is good that we have started early, so we have luxury of time, so we can go at your pace. Otherwise we have not covered much today. If this batch was starting from December or January, I couldn't have possibly spent so much time on one question. It's just not possible for you as well. For me it is possible, but for you it is definitely not possible, because prelims pressure would be much higher then. Right now you can afford to do it at your place, but do it surely. एक बारी करो, अच्छे से करो, वो वाला चीज अभी कर सकते. तो अभी जितना भी कर रहे हो ऐसा कुछ मत छोड़ना, क्योंकि अभी तुम टाइम दे रहे हो, उसको अच्छे से टाइम दे रहे हो, तो इंश्योर करना कि अब अच्छे से कर रहे हो. ठीक है? तो कुछ भी लगे कि नहीं समझ आ रहा है तो मुझे रोको, फिर एक बार समझा सकता हूं मैं. नहीं समझ आ रहा है फिर से रोको. Until you understand, stop me. I may try from different angle, from different wording and different example, and you may end up understanding it. Arithmetic में तो जरूर. That is why I am going purposefully very slowly in arithmetic. ये एक बुकलेट लास्ट बैच में, I mean in last year's batch, I covered in 4 classes, but it will take us 6 to 7 classes because we are going so slowly. This year, arithmetic questions were quite lengthy, and there are 13 questions from this one section. That is why we are doing this. Otherwise, we can cover this section faster as well, but we have to ensure that this forms the fundamental and firm base for our course here on. There are some chapters from which UPSC is not really asking questions, like decision making and interpersonal skills. We can just skim through it, no issues. Some chapters like puzzles and all, what to teach in puzzles. If you are able to solve it there, good. If not, you cannot do much about puzzles. Some logical puzzles. For example, last year there was this question. Maybe we'll do it right now. We'll start this section tomorrow. we have a chess competition. Okay, 150 players are there. This is 2022 question, CSE 2022. We have 150 chess players in a chess competition, and the format is, if you play a game and you lose, you are out. If you play a game, you lose, you are out. So in every match, one player gets eliminated. Question was, how many matches will there be? This was the question. समझ गए? क्वेश्चन समझ गए? 150 प्लेयर्स है, अल्टीमेटली एक जीतेगा कोई ना कोई. एवरी मैच लूजर इज एलिमिनेटेड फ्रॉम द कॉम्पिटिशन. हाउ मेनी मैचेस विल देयर बी? क्या लगता है? लिखना पड़ेगा. दिस इज ब्रेन टेजर काइंड ऑफ थिंग. दे कीप आस्किंग यू सच क्वेश्चंस हियर एंड देयर. अगर वो वहां पे क्लिक हो गया इमीडिएटली तो फट से सॉल्व हो जाएगा. अरे मैंने कब बोला कि हर किसी को सेम नंबर ऑफ मैचेस खेलने पड़ेंगे? कुछ कुछ लोगों को बाय मिल सकता है नेक्स्ट राउंड में. ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि आउट ऑफ दोज 150 प्लेयर, वन इज मैग्नस कार्लसन एंड ही इज जस्ट वेटिंग फॉर यू इन द फाइनल. उसके लिए कोई कंपटीशन नहीं है, वो बस फाइनल खेलेगा. नो, टोटल नंबर ऑफ मैच. कुछ आ रहा है समझ? ऑप्शंस ऐसे थे. ये थे ऑप्शंस. क्यों? अच्छा लग रहा है. ऐसे अटेम्प्ट करते हो क्या तुम? तभी निगेटिव हो रहे. अच्छा लग रहा है. नहीं, दिस इज पजल, दिस इज नॉट पीएनसी. हाँ, क्वेश्चन इज, रिपीट कर दो ना. देर आर 150 प्लेयर्स इन अ चेस टूर्नामेंट. इट इज अ एलिमिनेटर काइंड ऑफ टूर्नामेंट वेयर if you play a match and you lose, you're out. If you play a match and you lose, you're out. Got it? Question is, how many matches would there be? So there are 150 players. One would be the ultimate winner, of course. How? Right. 150 are not to be eliminated, na? In one match, one player will be eliminated. In two matches, two players will be eliminated. In three matches, three players will be eliminated. How many people we want to eliminate? 149. One is winner. 149 matches you have to play. जो अच्छा लग रहा था, दैट इज द आंसर. एक मैच खेलोगे तो एक बंदा एलिमिनेट होगा. अल्टीमेटली वन इज द विनर, सो वी हैव टू एलिमिनेट 149 पीपल. सो वी हैव टू प्ले 149 मैचेस. दिस वाज द CSE 2022 क्वेश्चन. ऐसे पूछ लेते हैं वो कभी कभी, जहां पे ज्यादा सोचना नहीं होता. बस ऐसा कोई क्लिक कर गया तो कर गया, नहीं करेगा तो नहीं सॉल्व होगा. राइट? How to work upon such brain teasers and puzzles? There is no method to. अब कहीं मिल जाए ऐसे व्हाट्सएप पे या फिर फॉरवर्ड, यूपीएससी में पूछा गया हुआ सवाल है ना, तो देख लो. अदरवाइज आई विल गिव यू सम क्वेश्चंस व्हेन वी डू दैट. आई हैव अ वर्कशीट प्रिपेयर्ड. उसमें से कोई लग गया तो लग गया, नहीं लग गया तो वहां पे ट्राई कर लो. सॉल्व हो गया 2 मिनट में तो हो गया. वरना 79 क्वेश्चन है यार, एक पजल के पीछे कितना दिमाग खराब करोगे. वी कैन ओनली डू व्हाट इज इन योर फर्मली हैंड्स. 27 कॉम्प्रिहेंशंस है, अपने 40 न्यूमरसी के क्वेश्चन है, वो सब करेंगे, विच वी कैन डेफिनेटली build up towards. Puzzles are something, there can be always be puzzles which you may not have come across. Some candle wale puzzles hote hain, there is one candle here, one candle there, one is lit from here, one is lit from there, how much time will it take, something like that. Then there was this question this year as well, that we have coins of 1 gram, 5 gram, 7, 10 gram, 7 gram, something like that, and we wanted to, the question said we want to select at least 7 kinds has to be selected to weigh 178 grams, something like that. So you had to actually look around how many possibilities are there, trial and error kind of thing. But there were 2-part question. Second part was how many coins will we need to weigh 178 grams. People thought that this is the same question, but it was a different question. Weighing is different than counting. I don't know exactly same question. ये देखो, 1 year WhatsApp puzzle was asked. आ ही सकता है, क्या पता. बताओ और कैसा था? ठीक था आज का? फास्ट था, स्लो था, समझ आ गया, नहीं समझा, बेटर लग रहा है स्टार्टिंग से, डिफिकल्ट लग रहा है, इजी लग रहा है, कैसा लग रहा है? हाउ आर यू गाइस फीलिंग? फाइन, हो जाएगा लग रहा है थोड़ा सा. दिस इज द बिगिनिंग, बिकॉज even the some questions we solved today, we use some concepts from chapters we have not yet covered, but because we have to start from somewhere. Now I cannot, if I wanted to solve CSE previous question from this place value system, but this use some properties from equality of fractions. I am assuming that you are familiar with that. Some properties of addition, subtraction, I am assuming you are familiar with that, and that is why we could solve it together. This tentative, firstly we'll cover arithmetic, then we will go to arithmetic के लिए 2 booklets होंगे, एक तो ये है, and there will be one more booklet immediately after this, which is about relative size of numbers. तो ऐसे क्वेश्चन आते हैं ना कि ये नंबर बड़ा है, वो नंबर बड़ा है, even comparison of powers, etc. Then we'll do that. Then we'll do basic geometry. There have been questions from geometry as well. हर साल 1-2 क्वेश्चन आते ही है. We'll do that. Basic properties of triangle, circle, then quadrilateral, square, then basic formulas of area and volume that are used in later chapters as well. Like probability में भी area use होता है वगैरह. So basic formulas you should be aware कि circle का area क्या होता है, square का area क्या होता है, sphere का volume क्या होता है, वगैरह वगैरह. Basic. कुछ चीजें भूल जाओ तो कोई बात नहीं, 2-3 बार पढ़ोगे तो समझ जाओगे, ठीक है. आफ्टर ज्योमेट्री विल कवर लीनियर अलजेब्रा, मैथमेटाइजेशन एंड लीनियर अलजेब्रा. दैट इज, ये जो ऐसे वर्ड प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं, विल ट्राई टू कन्वर्ट दोज वर्ड प्रॉब्लम्स इनटू इक्वेशंस, एंड विल ट्राई टू सी, उसमें द बेसिक स्किल इज कन्वर्जन. पता चलना चाहिए कि अननोन क्या अज्यूम करना है. इफ यू वंस यू आर एबल टू कन्वर्ट द वर्ड प्रॉब्लम इनटू इक्वेशंस, यू विल बी एबल टू सॉल्व दोज इक्वेशंस. बट द स्किल टू कन्वर्ट दैट वर्ड प्रॉब्लम इनटू इक्वेशन, वो सीखना है हमें. फॉर दैट यू नीड टू आइडेंटिफाई अननोन्स कितने लेने हैं, हाउ मेनी अननोन शुड वी चूज. एक से ही काम चलेगा या 2 लेने या 3 लेने, कितने लेने, वो पहले सीखना है. फिर अगर 4-5 क्वांटिटीज के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन है, विच ऑफ देम शुड वी चूज एज अननोन, दैट इज अनदर क्वेश्चन. एंड आफ्टर दैट यू कैन मैप दोज इक्वेशंस फ्रॉम द गिवन इंफॉर्मेशन. वो करेंगे. उसके बाद अपना जो 5th बुकलेट होगा, दैट वुड बी कॉम्प्रिहेंशन, जिसमें विल कवर द बेसिक्स ऑफ कॉम्प्रिहेंशन, कि कॉम्प्रिहेंशन का सेंस क्या है, व्हाई आर दे आस्किंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशंस, व्हाट टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आर आस्क्ड, यूजिंग सम PYQs विल डू दैट, एंड व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ ऑल दोज क्वेश्चंस, इन्फरेंस का मतलब क्या है, assumption का मतलब क्या है, एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा. बेसिक definitions or questions का meaning, that we will understand. And after that, after every class we'll have 2 to 3 comprehensions at the end. जो अभी लास्ट के 15 मिनट है, 15-20 मिनट, we'll do 2 to 3 comprehensions in those last 15 minutes, because comprehension is a skill that cannot be taught in a day or two. that needs to be cultivated over longer period of time. वही है, comprehension needs to be cultivated. And as I said, reading speed, I hope you are going to work at your end to increase your reading speed. Just read any article you are reading, newspaper article or anything you are reading in your optional syllabus or anything you are reading otherwise in GS. Just read, take a paragraph, time it. कितना time लग रहा है वो पढ़ने में. And by reading, we mean understanding, comprehending, not just reading through it. And just keep timing, keep your timing yourself. For example, in day 1, you take 10 minutes to read the editorial. So that could be your base time. And that should act as a guide to reduce that 10 minutes towards 7 minutes, 6 minutes eventually over a period of 1 month, 2 months. Okay. So reading speed, you are going to work at your end. Comprehension, we are going to work together from after our basic comprehension lecture. And after that, we'll start with some topics of LR and some topics of quantitative aptitude. We'll mix it together so that you don't get bored with only quant or LR. And general mental ability, permutation combination is another big chapter which will take some time, because again 9-10 questions are getting asked for last 2 years. Right? 2022 paper also had 9 questions. This year also there were 9 to 10 questions from permutation combination. So we'll do that in 4 or 5 classes. We'll do it thoroughly at your place, at your pace, and we'll try to use as less formulas as possible and try to learn about how to count methodically instead of cramming many formulas. And thereafter there are smaller topics that we'll cover. Probability is there, then some anagrams, sequence series. These chapters we'll cover. They don't require much time. 1 lecture each, you can assume. That is the tentative schedule. Okay. If you want to suggest something, if you want me to teach some part earlier, some part later, that you can suggest. या फिर ठीक लग रहा है, ठीक लग रहा है. Firstly, we have to make our base firm with arithmetic. That is why arithmetic तो पहले ही होगा, because without it I cannot teach anything. That is used everywhere. वो तो पहले पढ़ाना ही होगा. उसके बाद if you want to suggest something, we can consider it. Right. Okay. Acha. Okay, so you don't want time to solve for yourself. You don't want to try. Okay. See, these are PYQs, na? So no 2 questions are exactly of the same time. They are of the same flavor. Like the first question of the this place value system, I told you how to solve interchanging. But second question, I had to give you time so that you should arrive at the initial equation, if not final answer. So see, it cannot be spoon feeding all the time. That is what I feel. At the end, I know you are here because you are facing difficulty. But sometime you have to yourself try to do it at least. If you don't try, you won't be able to solve. I'll tell you how to solve, you will be able to understand 100%. You will feel that, yes, this is easy, I can do it. And if you go home and then try to solve without my help, you will again face difficulty. So somewhere, again, I'll try to reduce that time. I understand your point that we solved less number of questions today. So we'll try to increase the pace a bit, or I'll try to give you lesser time. We can try that. We can try that in next class. Does everyone feel the same way? Acha. Okay. ठीक है, we'll try to balance it. Don't worry. झगड़ो मत आपस में. सबको पास होना है अल्टीमेटली, कोई बात. एंड इन अरिथमेटिक वी आर पर्पसफुली गोइंग स्लो. As I told you, last year I went through this booklet in 4 classes. This year we'll take 6 classes because we are not in hurry, but we want to make sure that इससे कुछ गलत नहीं होना चाहिए. इससे आएंगे. Next year also from this booklet you will get 10 to 15 question at least. That is a guarantee. हाँ, कुछ बोला किसी ने? नहीं. कितने क्वेश्चन आएंगे? बिकॉज देयर LCM HCF चैप्टर इज ऑल्सो देयर, फ्रैक्शंस इज ऑल्सो देयर, पावर्स इज ऑल्सो देयर. कहाँ से पूछेंगे? और वो यही से पूछेंगे. यहाँ से तो आती ही है क्वेश्चन बेसिक. ठीक है, एनीथिंग एल्स? Okay, why are some people saying certain CAT and JEE questions were asked? How to handle such typical ones? Can such question be incorporated? See Sunil, we'll solve all the PYQs in class and you will see, you can decide for yourself which are CAT level, which are JEE level. My personal opinion, difficulty level of this year's CSAT was blown out of proportion. It was not such a difficult paper. It was a lengthy paper. That I have already accepted, and in last class also I said, and that too it appeared lengthy because some questions were so lengthy that if you get stuck at that question, you will face time issue. That is for sure. You can just go in and in that question, you will waste your 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and you will never know what happened. And of course, you will not be able to touch all the questions. That will happen. That was the issue this year. That there were some questions which were quite lengthy, and it is difficult to understand or identify which questions are lengthy at the first glance. It is not easy, definitely not easy. Sometimes there are some indications that one question has 2 sub questions, then perhaps it could be lengthy. One question has multiple cases are possible, that question could be lengthy. And then again, as I said, if you save your time in comprehension section with increased reading speed, you will be able to touch upon those questions. You will be able to spend that 30 seconds extra per question to identify which questions are easy and which questions are not. That is why increasing your reading speed is important. We don't know what kind of paper next year is going to come. It might be very easy considering this year's protest and court cases, or on the other extreme, UPSC will say, who are you to protest? We are constitutional body, we will do what we want, so we'll give whatever kind of paper we want to give. There are enough number of people who are passing. We don't care about those who are not passing. That is also possible. We never know. We should prepare for worst case scenario, that even if paper like this year comes next year, we should be able to get those 80-90 marks that are required. चले, कल मिलते हैं. अरिथमेटिक का बंक मत करना प्लीज. नेक्स्ट सेक्शन है बेसिक ऑपरेशंस. लग सकता है तुम्हें कि बहुत इजी है, बट इससे 13 क्वेश्चंस आए.